up and you go up.
That much time.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I can't hear me, but it's all good.
No, I got us.
Okay, you got us?
Yeah, just give me 2 seconds.
I don't want to hear me right now.
There it is. Welcome to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
And this is Qiana.
And I'm one and only Mr. Edmund.
And this program is being brought to you
Lord.
as part of the New Image Project, a community development and training center. AKA, see that?
I hope you didn't see that.
Oh, man. And we would like to thank y'all for tuning in, helping us to redefine what's cool.
Because smart is
Giggity.
gangster.
Baby.
If you didn't know.
Now you know. No.
Oh, it's gonna be one of them mornings.
That's
Welcome,
what
y'all.
when you walked in.
He said like he was in the principal's office. One of those it was one of them mornings, man.
Oh yeah.
I'm here, man. I'm here. I'm in.
I made it.
You made it. Did you get coffee or pomegranate juice?
Nothing.
Oh my God. So what's good, y'all?
I went to get coffee.
Okay.
The place where I went and got coffee. This is the second time they say they don't have no coffee.
Oh. Wow. Sway. How do you not have coffee?
So I guess this is the new trend now over there because usually they don't have ice cream. Whenever you go to McDonald's, it's like no ice
new trend. Oh, we out of coffee.
Okay,
You out of coffee.
Coffee this morning.
Yeah, so the last time, last week when I went,
For real.
if y'all look, I had Starbucks, right?
Yeah,
The last time is because
your regular.
because
Coffee.
the 99-cent coffee. That's why I go there. I ain't even gonna lie.
Okay, yeah.
Right.
Ooh.
But
No,
but Wawa's got it though.
Yeah, but Wawa's coffee expensive.
And Wawa's coffee is nasty.
Okay.
Who?
You don't taste the difference?
You don't even drink coffee.
You don't taste the difference between Wawa, McDonald's, and
Charlie, what's
Starbucks?
You can taste the difference.
It's different grades.
What's good?
It is, but no, I'm gonna disagree with you on that. Now you know.
Wawa's good to me.
Yeah, Wawa's is. You know who got nasty coffee?
Who?
Dunkin'.
No, they no.
I don't
Chick-fil-A.
Oh, I've never had
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
Think about it.
They never bought a cup of coffee from Chick-fil-A.
Coffee and Chick-fil-A in the same conversation.
You go to breakfast for Chick-fil-A.
See, these real coffee drinkers here.
I make it at home though. That's what I've been doing.
That's a real coffee drinker.
Yeah, I make it at the house.
Chick-fil-A has like the worst coffee in the world.
Yesterday.
Oh, the coffee pack?
Yeah, the coffee pack. We had the real.
I got coffee at the house too.
Yeah,
like
I
I buy like so my brand at home is Dunkin'.
Okay.
I have Folgers too, but I
like Folgers, the red cat.
Yeah, it's cheaper. But coffee going up, I went to
everything going up.
Oh yeah, that's
so they mess with them Africans.
Yeah.
You know all the coffee, cocoa, and all that stuff come from like Africa and Brazil and North South America.
Us.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, it was definitely
tariffs have hit.
A good morning.
And so yeah, it was. So okay, so no coffee at my coffee. So my second go to is Starbucks because it's right across the street, right?
Okay.
Go there, the line out the yin yang. I was like,
Starbucks
oh man,
trapping with theirs, boy. They
and you gonna pay for theirs.
Oh yeah, that was what that's made me. It was part of what made me start buying it at home because when I did the math on that Starbucks, and it was like my wife and I, we was working together, and so we would go every day, and it was like $10 a day. Right.
Yeah, because if you get a small coffee, it's like $5 something.
Yeah, so it's like $10 a day, and then we was like, okay, that's $50 a week. That's $200 a month that we was paying
right
in coffee, and it was like, nah, we ain't doing that.
I can do so when I go there. I
measured it.
I mean, simple math.
No, but I'm just saying, people don't do that.
No, you do it.
People don't do simple math.
You're doing $10-11 a day, 5 days a week. You know what I'm saying? You do that for the month, like, phew, that's a.
So
you don't like coffee that much?
No.
3 days a week. 3 days a week, I go to McDonald's, spend $1.
Okay.
I mean, that ain't so bad.
No, that ain't bad.
No. And I got the little exclusive app to make
the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club is supposed to be paying for your coffee anyway.
Okay.
So right now, don't worry about it. We got you on the back end. Right.
So put it in the chat, y'all. Let us know where you get your coffee from.
We got you on the back end.
Do you do coffee in the morning? If you do, put a coffee cup in the chat.
I owe you.
Put a coffee cup emoji in the chat. If you chat, y'all get active for us this morning. Let us know. Are you drinking coffee? If so, where from? Are you making it at home or are you buying it?
And I got one more coffee thing before we move on.
Okay.
Coffee is cocaine cousin.
You always say that.
It is. They're molecularly, biologically cousins.
Okay.
And then cocoa is their little cousin.
Okay.
Coca,
that's
coca, and coca.
Yeah, the coca leaf
and coca. See what I'm saying? It's like coca.
It's like a derivative.
And
I don't know about the coca, but
I have no idea.
Me neither. But I'm gonna say this.
That's under the Jabbar fact. You gotta double click on that. You gotta file that under the Jabbar fact.
Go ahead.
Now I was with you.
And then we come back on Wednesday and say, oh, you know what? Yeah, it is.
But you know how you gotta.
It's the third cousin on the mama side.
But you know how like some of them good, like you got good family members, you got bad family members.
Okay, yeah.
You know.
That one in every family, right?
Yeah.
But speaking of family and definitely supporting family, y'all, Jamaica, we can't let our foot off the gas, take our eye off the ball. Jamaica still needs our help.
Yes.
If you know anything about those storms and recovery, and we do a little bit here in the Bay Area, Jamaica still needs the support.
Yes,
we have supplies that are here, and thank you to those who have contributed and donated. But 99 Gems has teamed up with local partners and continuing the disaster relief drive for our brothers and sisters in Jamaica. Continuing to call on community to come through with love, support, and donations. What's needed is water, non-perishable food items, toiletries, baby items, and medical supplies. You can continue to drop your supplies off here at 99 Gems headquarters. Take them to church with you if you go over to Bethel Community Baptist, as well as the Taste of the Islands restaurant. And if you like to donate, you can actually do that by going to 99gemstheberg.com. Hit that donate button and show some love for Jamaica, man.
And if you need somebody to come pick it up, call 813-419-2035. Someone will come and pick up the items from you. It's really bad over there. They're not really talking about it. But the water is contaminated. So like if they're not getting any water over there, they're drinking the water. So now they're being infected and people are dying from that. And then they're eating
contaminated water.
and things like that. And so this is stuff that they're
man.
not talking about. So let's stand together.
Yeah.
With our island family.
Yes. Clothes.
Yes.
Hot toiletries.
Yep.
Water, non-perishables.
Yep.
Yeah, please come on out, man. We need this stuff for these people because if it was us, we would wish and hope that it was somebody somewhere else looking out and trying to put something together for us. We just happen to be those people in this situation.
Yeah,
absolutely.
We were those people last year.
Yeah, for real. Hoping somebody shot it to us, hoping somebody did something for us.
Yeah, because people lost everything. Man.
Yeah,
and I'm riding by houses
still recouping.
You still see people recouping. Still see people who haven't gotten back in their houses yet. So yeah, y'all make sure that y'all support Tap In. Good morning, Tiff. Appreciate you. Thank you for being here. How was your weekend? Did we talk about this weekend?
No, we haven't talked
what was
about
happening?
We started talking about coffee.
Okay, yeah, we started and the lack thereof.
You know what? I had a busy weekend this weekend. I started at Saturday. I went to go see Zootopia 2. It was actually funny.
Oh, okay. It's a movie.
Yeah, it was.
I didn't know what Zootopia was.
Yeah, yeah, it was actually
I was thinking it was something that happened at Williams Park.
No. So no, actually
that sounds like something to do downtown. Zootopia. I thought that was a downtown festival or something.
No. But they do have some kind of topia coming up.
Localtopia.
Yeah. I thought that was Black Friday.
No, that wasn't. No, it's another one that's coming on February 14th downtown at Williams Park.
Oh yeah, the messy ones.
No, we're not gonna say that. Okay, so
so
so we went to there, and so here we go. Another for the community. Okay. If you have anybody that's in your family or you take care of anybody with disabilities, once a month, Seminole Grill, the movies and Seminole gives a free movie. Okay. All you got to do is go pick up your tickets, right? So I took my clients and so it's a nice little outing out there. And then yesterday I went to the reindeer games at Largo Park. Okay. That was really funny and had a lot of fun. It was an interactive play that they did. They had people come in there and it was like a game show. They played, people got up. It was nice.
Literally reindeer games.
Yeah, reindeer games.
The reindeer
games. They didn't let poor Rudolph, but
and then they add some and they let you ask questions at the end. One to say, why did Rudolph go? And they was like, come, and they was like, oh, we have an answer, and they started singing the song. Rudolph didn't go to any reindeer game, so it was like
imagine how Rudolph felt.
Yeah,
he don't even know he went there.
Yeah.
But I think they exploiting Rudolph at this point. But I ain't Rudolph representative, so I ain't gonna say nothing about it.
They didn't even say nothing. Let me tell you, they didn't even say Rudolph's name to somebody else.
See, I told you that's the same thing they're doing. That took. No, let me stop.
You exploited it.
So you talking about Rudolph.
I'm just being messy.
Rudolph, give us a call, man. How you felt about hearing that the reindeer games happened without you?
Well, it's a whole song. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
That was a protest.
Had a very shiny nose. And if you ever saw him, you even know he glows.
Yeah, but Rudolph ended up saving the day.
Yeah, but he didn't play in that reindeer game.
Yeah.
And now look. 100 years later, they talking about the Rudolph games without mentioning Rudolph.
How you gonna do that?
Come on,
oh my God,
the disrespect.
So how was your? So and then we had Saturday. It was the first. What y'all been doing? We've been doing the Black Money movement.
Yes, that's right.
See,
that's right.
I wasn't even.
Yeah. No, that was amazing. So the cash mob.
Yeah.
So the first cash mob at 727 Seafood and Grill was amazing, man.
Yeah.
It was really amazing.
I saw the videos. Everybody showed out. Like,
it was great, man. And then just seeing the post, I saw a few people posting saying that they was over there. They pulled up, text a few people. Some people inboxed me, was asking times and whatnot. And so it was great. Food was good. Went over there. We spent some money with Black businessman. So yeah.
And
then the timing worked out too. Like when I pulled up, right after I pulled up, Mr. Edmond pulled up. So it was like we didn't even coordinate.
That's how it happened.
He just got hungry at the same time.
This non-coordinating coordination has been popping this whole year.
Yeah. because we just like showed up there, and then just being able to talk with people who was outside and people who hanging around, and just the energy around it, man, was amazing. So shout out to King Ree, Carlisa, Chico Downs, Larry, Brian, and everybody who has been really pushing and promoting the Black Money movement and pushing that cash mob. So yeah, it was a great opportunity. And then Neighborhood Strong. So we had that Neighborhood Strong community meeting on Saturday, which was phenomenal, man. Continuing, and thank you to Mr. Edmond for his leadership and vision and assembling us to really talk about all of these surveys, initiatives, and all of the stuff that's been happening.
All the things,
and then being able to prioritize and choose what 2026 is going to look like, and really building a structure for people to get engaged and involved, not just engaged, but actually get involved. So yeah, it was a good weekend. And then I watched the game on Sunday just because it was raining. So
I went to a Race Without Ism on Saturday too.
Okay.
Yeah, that was really nice with Danny White.
I think I went 1 year, but I always seem to miss it. Like I don't know how they.
I don't know. It was nice. It was at Studio. It was at Studio 620.
Okay. It was at USF the year that I.
It was. This is the first year that they moved because it usually be at USF.
Okay. Yeah. Race Without Ism. And shout out to Danny White. He do a good job.
He does, and he was the narrator. Also, and so
that's part of like a national thing. It's like isn't that a national? I think it was like a national day of racial healing or something. That is a part. That's a part of the.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That was the thing that was.
Yeah, we got to call Danny in and have him sit and talk about it because I mean, yeah.
Jeremiah, what's up? Thank you for tuning in. Jeremiah Chambliss is watching.
Hey.
Thank you for tuning in. We love it.
Yeah, so that's what it is, y'all. It was a good weekend, good stuff happening. Put it in the chat if y'all had a good weekend, or if you know somebody that's doing some amazing work and they deserve a shout out. Put them in the chat, tag them, let them know that you appreciate them, because we all about giving people their flowers for the good work that they do. So make sure that you tag a friend, tell a friend that now's your opportunity. Opportunity.
All
right, so would you rather?
Would you rather?
Would you rather join a book club with deep conversations or an art class with wine and good vibes? Book club or art class?
It depends on you. So I'm finna pull my Mr. Edmond, right? I am.
Uno reverse.
Why I want to say that, because sometimes, like, depending on your mood, because I'm one of the people, I love a good conversation.
Okay.
Like, I like to dive in, see what it is. But then it's something good. I ain't a wine drinker for real, but it's something good about just like relaxing, painting, and good vibes. But usually that end up going into some type of deep conversation as well.
So, so the art class with wine will turn into a deep conversation?
It will, depending on how y'all talk. Like, you end up talking, y'all, yeah.
Okay, so that's where you going to the class or to the book club? Mr. Edmond, what you doing? Would you rather join a book club, deep conversation, or an art class with wine and good vibes? What would you rather?
I would rather join the art book club.
We did the same thing. Now
so here we go. We got two doors. Standing in front of the door. This door has the book club. This one has the art class. Which one you going?
See, it's the artificial choice. See, you can do both.
No, I just made it an actual choice.
Okay.
You can't do both because it's a door in front of you. It's two doors. You can only go through one door. Which one you going in?
There's no wrong answer. So let's go into the book club.
And then swinging it back and coming through the.
I'm telling you, because I would possibly go to the art thing and get a little drunky.
Okay.
And then go check out the boogie book and then have some conversations.
Okay, they both starting and end at the same time.
Oh, but time to go a little bit and do a little bit of timing here.
No, you don't get no wine.
You gotta be there on time.
You gotta be there.
If you ain't there when it starts, then you can't come late.
Yeah, and you can't.
Look how we got to drive these would you rather's all the way through in order to get a decision.
And if you don't stay the whole time,
look how we got to like double click, triple click, drop down menu. Fine print these doggone would you rather in order to get a choice.
Escape all delete.
Look.
Just to get a decision to be made.
And you can't get none of the goodies at the class if you don't stay the whole time.
Oh, how about that?
So no wine.
Yeah, I'm going. Oh, you be going to the art class.
It's dry November, ain't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
we're in December.
They do that too.
You be dry December too.
Morning, you be what's good.
People be dry all fall.
Tell us what you're doing.
Courtney going to the book club.
Thank you, Courtney.
Yeah, we'll be there together.
I couldn't decide. I just be standing in the hallway looking at the door,
waiting.
Hey, I'm greeting everybody. Hey, what was
Dan, Dan say 2 doors, so Jabbar had
headbutt the wall in between.
Yeah.
It's great. It just hit bing bow, bing bow. Dan, what you doing? You going to the art class?
I think Dan is going to the art class.
You think Dan is going to art?
Dan is going to the art class.
If you was a betting person.
I'm wrong, Dan.
Dude, you got your pick, man. Where you going? You in the book club or the art class?
Okay, Nancy over here with me. All the women going to the book club. Okay.
I hear that.
That's nice. That's
okay.
Uniform.
And then Ada, she says both. But if I must choose, the right brain points the vision. The left brain reads the blueprint. The magic comes when both sides.
That's what I'm talking about.
We tried to do that, but you can't do that. You can't do it.
The right brain paints the vision. The left brain reads the blueprint. Okay.
Well, I love that. That was a word this morning.
Can the church say amen?
Amen, y'all. Tiffany's going to the art class, definitely. Not even a second thought. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for that.
Look, Dan going to the art class
you
with
said
the drinks.
You did say you said Dan was going to the art class for the drinks. All right, so what's in the news, man?
Oh, thank you. I'm glad you asked. Okay. National Park Service cuts free entry for MLK Day and adds Trump's birthday.
Wait, say that again.
MLK Day is no longer a free entry at national parks.
Okay.
And
you still gotta pay.
And you see, but see, this is my thing. I think that only fits true because these are the same people who conspired and colluded to kill this man. It's only right. I really think the U.S. government shouldn't have no MLK installations.
So you saying so you saying they get rid
none?
I just want to make sure I'm hearing the story right. So the National Park Service is
getting free MLK days.
You got to pay still.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, gotcha.
And that's okay. What national parks did you get in free before?
I don't know, but this the whole.
So it probably was one. And the one that did it said, I'm not doing it no more. And now they trying what national park? Let's look at it.
So what's the end game? Is that to stop people from coming?
I don't know what the end game is, but I'll tell you, the U.S. government killed Martin Luther King. It was a case and they proved it. Yep. And if I was his family, I would appreciate them not using his name, not doing him any favors because you are the people that killed him. Okay. Your organization, y'all never apologized, y'all never straightened it, and y'all just moved on because y'all gave him a holiday. But that's BS.
Okay.
That was a way to, what they call it? Not patronize, but
appease.
Not even appease. When they just playing with you.
Oh, so they don't just drop MLK, they drop Juneteenth too and added Trump.
God bless America and a few other countries. Because you know what? We need the training wheels to fall off.
So you can't get into the park for free on MLK Day
or Juneteenth.
Or Juneteenth.
Wow. Go ahead. We need the wheels to fall off.
Wow. Okay. I mean, but that's
what is that?
I have no idea what just where we at as a country right now.
The same place we was when they started.
Yeah,
we ain't went nowhere. See what it was there was an illusion of inclusion.
Okay.
See, we thought DEI was going to fix it, but it really was just a repeat of affirmative action. And guess what? They did the same thing. They crushed that too. Okay. They did DEI a little faster. Affirmative action lasted a decade or two or whatever.
Helped a bunch of white women
and then DEI came and helped a bunch of
white women. Yeah.
And then bam, get that out of here too, because we ain't helping white women.
And so now the Juneteenth celebration. So I mean, that's the other part of I guess the thing of it is like I did an interview for MLK and they was talking about the MLK memories, right? Mm-hmm. What is one of your MLK
fondest memories?
One of your fondest memory. And one of my fondest memories was skipping school to go because it wasn't a holiday.
Right.
Like that was my thing, right? Like I just remember them early days of like they didn't bless it and say that this is a day, so we just made it a day. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And like my wife, we was talking about it last night, and she was like, how her mom kept them out of school and they would go down to 9th Street for the MLK parade. So we didn't need it to be designated as a federal holiday in order for us to celebrate a federal holiday.
Yeah, anyway. See, that's why I say take the training wheels off. Because guess what? We don't care. Y'all don't got no Malcolm X Day.
Yeah.
Malcolm X died with a wife.
Everglades. I'm looking at it.
The different parks.
Yeah.
The different places.
I'm trying to.
Don't worry.
You gotta pay to go in.
Ain't nobody took advantage of it, but some other people.
And then we was doing Juneteenth too. Remember, we did huge Juneteenth
celebrations
on our own before it became a holiday. So we was celebrating Juneteenth.
We was on
Gooses. We did it.
We was on the Vanguard
on 34th. Shout out to Jeannie Blue. Jeannie Blue, God be pleased with her. She used to do it. My first introduction to Juneteenth
with Jeannie Blue,
with Jeannie Blue at Campbell Park.
Yeah,
I remember she used to do it and bring the community out. They had
for years
they would do it. And so again, if they don't give you a holiday, that don't mean that you can't.
But it's crazy that like you have to take away a couple of days to add a day. Why you can't just add another day?
But see, no, this is about riling up your constituency. See, your constituency asks for this.
It's about, but I'm just saying. But go ahead.
Yeah, your constituency asks for this, and this is another bravo to the constituency guys who doing what they people ask them to do. Maybe we'll get a turn one day.
You be say, why take away from MLK Day and not Columbus or some other day? Because they celebrate those days. You be like, they mad with us because we talk bad about Columbus. Like that was the whole reason they didn't want us to teach the history, because they say you making people hate America. When you tell the truth about Columbus Day, they say, oh, you can't do that because that's gonna make people hate America.
Well,
besides the BS they done did.
Yeah, absolutely. Caller, we talking about these holidays. Whether we
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Courtney.
Hey, Courtney. I couldn't type fast enough. I was trying to text, like, send a message. But I wanted to say, we as black, brown people, whatever you want to be called, we shouldn't be going to no amusement park anyway on Martin Luther King Day. We need to be teaching our kids. We need to be celebrating, doing some kind of activity that represents these holidays. Cleaning up the community, doing something to serve the community, our community.
That's right.
You understand?
We can go to their park.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what we're saying. We even getting the park tree. I'm thinking that's for people that don't look like us.
Right.
That's their thing. So if they take it from them, that's y'all business.
That's right. No, I appreciate you.
And Columbus Day and all the other people days, that's their business. We ain't focusing on that. We focus on our stuff.
I know that's right. Appreciate that.
Have a good day, y'all.
You too. Thank you so much. That's absolutely the truth. Yeah.
Like, MLK Day, when you ever said, "Oh, we're going to the park"?
Yeah. or the week before MLK, I can't wait until the MLK so we can go to the park.
Yeah. We're going to
the we said no black person
in history.
I think I'm going to go to the swamp where they used to have postcards with gators eating black babies. Like we're gonna spend the day over there. All right, y'all. So we got to take a break, and after the break, we got some news. We got some more politics with Mr. Evans. Go ahead.
You uninviting us to the party that we never went to.
How dare you? You welcome in.
No, don't worry about your invitation is revoked.
Okay, thank you. I wasn't coming in anyway.
You don't even know where that park at. Like, you can't even think about it. All right, so when we come back, y'all, we got politics with Mr. Edmund. We're also going to talk about this Diddy debate. I guess there's been a debate.
Is it a debate by Diddy?
About the whole 50 Cent documentary. Is he tearing down black men, or is he holding, is it an accountability thing?
I was going to open me a baby or company.
Oh, man.
Oh, Lord. Bring that.
Y'all stick around.
We back.
We really will.
Tag a friend, tell a friend.
I guess y'all.
Hello, I'm Gabe Ortiz, and this is WEDU Arts Plus. Based out of St. Pete, the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club is a morning radio show about hip-hop life and urban culture. Meet the hosts who inform and empower their listeners.
Edmund. I go by Mr. Edmund. My role, I'm a host and I'm co-founder.
My name is Brother John Muhammad, Your Brother John, YourBrotherJohn.com. And my role on the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club is host or co-host.
I just go by Qiana. Sometimes you may hear the guys call me Q. I may say Q just depending on my personality that day. And I'm the female of the crew. I think I keep balance. when you look at the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. So that's my role.
And I'm Bruce Moore Jr. A lot of people do know Bruce Moore Jr., obviously being born and raised here and going to school here, but there's many more people that know Reno.
St. Pete is small, and so the good things and bad things that come with a small city, you know, everybody knowing each other, of course, would be one of the pluses.
My neighbors were not only just my neighbors, they became my family.
Trying to put that back now, like really getting back to a place where we know our neighbors and we look out for each other. It was a St. Pete that existed, you know, south of Central, and then there was another St. Pete that existed north of Central and downtown. It was a struggle then, and I think it's still, you know, somewhat a struggle for black people in the city of St. Pete.
Even with every step of progress we make, it's still a struggle to, you know, implement that progress.
Did y'all hear about the weed college, the first cannabis college
in Orlando?
Talk to us, Soprano.
No, yeah, I've been looking at it.
This is serious, y'all.
Over a year ago.
If you got the charges, go and get the degrees, King. You got years of experience, man. It ain't like you come into a classroom with no data.
Elon Musk said that a drug dealer knows how to manage and run a business better.
I can't believe that.
The real facts, man.
I'm all about education. But what I'm saying is that we carry this industry on our backs.
The way we started the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, Jabbar approached me about what could we do, how can we do something together, and then an opportunity to promote Amendment 4. Amendment 4 is the, you know, voting rights restoration to returning citizens. We were able to negotiate a deal where we got like 30 minutes on the radio at 99 Jams to talk about, you know, Amendment 4 and other local, you know, policies. To returning citizens. We were able to negotiate a deal where we got like 30 minutes on the radio at 99 Jams to talk about, you know, Amendment 4 and other local, you know, policies and politics. Enjoyed it, so we started doing it on Sundays as like a podcast with, at the time, Janet Michelle. She was our co-host, and she, you know, filled that role until she moved. And then we had Carla Bristol, Carla B. She came in for a season. And then Reno was behind the scenes. He was always present because we did organizing together, so he'd come and hang out. And then the things that he was saying off camera was like, man, we might as well just have you on the show.
The negative thoughts that you is thinking about right now, or any particular subject, y'all, just flip it.
Turn problems into opportunities.
Problems are opportunities, man. Big shots out to South Soprano.
Real deal, man.
We on the jump board together right now. Just being around people and clearly always talking, I just felt like at least learn something, so as you see that you're not going to shut up, you can have substance to your conversation and not just be labeled somebody who just love to talk.
Really being informative, looking to give the information that isn't readily available in our community.
Multiple meteorologists can look at the same data and come up with a different forecast.
And so now you take those models, take that data and say, okay, based upon all of that,
absolutely,
you might be in between here and there, and that's my know I'm saying speech. Most recently, after Carla B, you know, transitioned out and went to do other things as well, Qiana, we invited Qiana.
I've been working with the guys for a while outside of this, and they called me to interview. And when I came in to interview that Sunday, after the show, they was like, hey, you need to be a part of the show. And I was like, okay.
I look at it almost like a band and the instruments, but it's just the instrument that we're using is our voices. My
voice is already kind of squeaky. I know my voice can get squeakier.
You have to have your radio voice on and have that vocal control.
I talk lower when I need to calm it down. And when I'm very passionate about it, I slow it down. And because I want you to understand what I'm saying. What's good for the geese is good for the gander. So if you keep it secrets, just know that she can too.
Okay, hey, see, that's why you need it on the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. You feel? Because you gonna even things out. You know what I'm saying? I was just joking. You know what I'm saying?
We just understand power, you know, and in terms of people's attention, you know, because it costs. People's attention costs. That's why it's called pay attention.
We want to present local information right up there with the trending topics.
One thing that's a common denominator with all of us is that we're all passionate about our people.
For me, what you take from me is that I'm real and I'm passionate about the growth of our people.
The overall goal, I would say, is to have a more informed community around electoral politics, around health, around equity.
It's about the mission of connecting the dots and closing the gaps, inspiring people to see what's possible, and trying to be an example. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing sometimes, but you do the best that you can with what you have, and you pray that others will be inspired to join in.
For more info, visit cdatcenter.org/Tampa Bay Breakfast Club.
Civilians fleeing an initial attack on their communities.
We were about to climb the mountain just after the Lubirisi Bridge. When we arrived at the burnt houses,
roll your eyes.
Damn if you do, damn if you don't.
and we are live. Live.
Roll your eyes and stomp your feet.
This black girl, you sure can't be.
Man, we made that a song.
You can stop your feet, but this black girl, you sure can't be.
I remember that.
I remember that.
That was the thing. So welcome back to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
And this is Qiana.
And I'm the one and only Mr. Edmund.
And this program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project of the Community Development and Training Center, aka See That?
See that?
And we would like to thank y'all for tuning in, helping us to redefine what's cool, because smart is
I knew.
Giggity gangster.
baby.
You don't know.
Now you know. No.
Hey, we need to get that like on the
loop.
On the loop and just mash it.
And just mash the
No,
button.
I don't know.
Push the button.
Whatever we want to do.
It's almost like when you go to a meeting and they say, "Hey, introduce yourself and tell me more about you."
So before the break, we was talking about how we've been uninvited to parties that we never attend, and Tiffany put that in the chat. She said, "Right, I never think about going to the park on MLK Day or Juneteenth." And then Miss Ada said, "Uninviting us to the party we never went to is like LOL, laugh out loud. It's crazy." So yeah, crazy work for them.
We didn't even get the invitation. You know how
I
they
didn't
send
even
it out, we're doing. They didn't even mail it out
I
to
didn't
us.
know it was free.
Thank you.
Did you know it was free
No.
on MLK Day? And then we found out that it's no longer free when we
that's like other benefits that America has that black people never know about.
That is
right. That can go on the list. We can make a bigger list. We're gonna keep adding to the list
of benefits that
black people
exist for us that
black people don't know about.
Don't even know about.
Code D, speak to the people.
Let me tell you about the people. Good morning.
Good morning.
Grand Rising, all the things.
All the
So
things.
here's what I want to say about MLK Day. One time, and this was many years ago, I went to St. Petersburg on MLK Day. And I was a little disappointed. And I'm going to tell you why I was disappointed.
Okay.
I was disappointed because all of the businesses were closed.
Wow.
All of the businesses were closed and everybody was at the parade. I said, I came down here to spend money in St. Petersburg. And I think I ended up at the one of the legions or something. And they had food, and I did eventually get to eat. But I was disappointed because the economic impact that was negatively seen during that period of time. And so finding a balance between celebrating and economic and financial empowerment for people who are visiting the area. Now, I'm sure those businesses may have stayed closed for only a period of the day, but finding a balance, leave somebody in the business so that the business can stay open. Now, I know people close on this and that, them other people holidays, but to be perfectly honest, we don't have the option, in my opinion, to close our businesses because we're celebrating something really great.
And I saw the air quotes when you said celebrating. In my mind, I saw air quotes. But definitely want to thank you for giving us a call. Because that's been the framework. Thank you, Coach D.
And that's half of the reason why it's not on Central anymore.
And just to be honest, like everybody ain't for the MLK celebration.
Yeah.
Right.
Even
it's
the
still,
people
when you say everybody, that's
it's
black,
still
white, and everybody in between.
The
Yeah.
jury is still out. People is still, campaigning against it.
Yeah.
I'm very sure elected officials get that conversation.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, why can't we do something about it? Why can't they just go back where they be at? Why they have to be on Central or First and they're down? Why they have to?
It's like two celebrations.
Why they can't put it together? Why they just can't all be together and then do it over there? People's mindset.
Yeah, because it is two celebrations. You have the parade, and then like the organized, structured, and then you also have like the organic community celebration.
And I think,
as well.
like, to be honest, when you look at it, like a lot of I think we see it as two different things, but it's a more mix than not. There's people who go to 9th Street that go in. And so, to be honest, it's not like, hey, they choose one or the other.
Yeah.
Some people do.
Especially some of the vendors, because some vendors, once you set, like, you choose where you want to set up.
Yeah, because you got to be there.
Yeah, you got to get there. You got to find your spot.
You can't do both places.
And so talking from the economic side, I think the economics of it's like, okay,
I got to be over here.
Yeah,
but
I think the people and the participants they do both. When you do vendors,
that don't never.
But what I'm trying to say is, like, when you look at other events that go around the city, they're not saying, "Oh, we're divided." Like, there's two different things, and I think we in our minds, even if they. When we look at it, people get up and say, people come here for MLK because they know there's going to be people here.
Yeah.
Regardless if you're going to the parade, if you're going to 9th Street, if you're hanging on 34th Street, MLK unite our whole community. And regardless of how you look at it, it's not a divide because you come here for MLK Day.
And I think you're speaking more from a tourist outlook.
I'm not a tourist.
But historically it is too. Like, our elected officials, our leaders have designated as that. That's something that's been going on before us.
Yeah.
That's something.
And I've been in meetings where they talked about how they can get rid of one and keep the other.
But what I'm trying to say, they can't.
But what I'm saying,
the fact that they say that we're going to get rid of one and keep the other, saying that somebody says that it's two. Even if we don't think that it's two, there's people who are saying these are two different celebrations.
And see how they feel? It's a sanitized celebration.
Yeah.
And then it's the debauchery.
No, that was the word.
That's the words.
I learned that word
because they called it, and they're talking about us.
Yeah, we
the debaucherers.
Yeah, we was
debaucherers.
But what I'm trying
in front of the white man, this is what people saying, and they're into debauchery their damn
You're
self.
disrespecting Dr. King's legacy.
Come on, man.
But what I'm saying is, if we're
that
out
wouldn't
here,
be pleasing to Dr. King.
And Dr. King was a full-throated player from the Himalayas. He was a player from the Himalayas. They tried to use it to throw dirt on the man's name. The man family already knew he was a player from the Himalayas since Morehouse.
Okay.
The man wasn't slipping on his pimping. The man was playing the game how the game goes. You know what I'm saying? He was close to
Jamar, stop.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
That's not what we're. But my whole thing is
that right there. You let him into the barbershop. We're on the radio. You can't tell them what's happening.
No, but what I want us to stop is we got to stop talking their narrative.
But it ain't their narrative.
It is because we all know, because again,
this is lived experience.
No, it is. And you go to, but I don't. Okay, so most people go to both. A lot of people go to both.
A lot, not most.
Right? Most people,
there's no disagreement.
And what I'm saying is, most people see MLK as a full day of blackness.
Yeah, most.
Right? Most people. Us see a full day of blackness.
Yeah.
Of greatness. And if you look at historically what happens on 9th Street, there's usually nothing that happens on 9th Street.
Nothing
that happens at it does not.
I agree. No disagreement there.
And so when you say that, like, there's two different events, we're
what's wrong with saying that,
their narrative.
What's wrong with saying it's two different events that happen on MLK? Why do you have a problem with that?
I just wanted, because it seems like our community is divided.
But
when
it's
you say that.
We're not saying it's
but
divided.
that's the way that they're using it.
For example,
like they say the debauchery.
But
this is the pure side of the debauchery side, and it's not. And when I look at it,
I agree with you.
And that's the only reason why I'm saying that.
You got agreement on a portion of your thing.
Here's an example: the Deuces corner, right? 22nd Street, 9th Avenue. You have the Catalyst and you have Urban. I go to Urban. I don't go to Catalyst. Not a whole lot. Really haven't been there in a while. Because when I want to go out and go hang out, I go hang out at Urban. I don't go hang out at Catalyst. Not that I don't support them, but these are two different events that are happening. These are two different crowds. It's two different types of people, and the type of people who I want to hang out with, and the type of vibe that I want is more of the urban vibe. But you have people that walk from Urban and go to Catalyst
all the time. That's what I do.
All the time. It's people that do both, and it's people that only do one or the other. It's the same way for me on MLK. Like on MLK, after the parade is over, it's like, okay, the parade is done. It was great. I'm going home.
No, that's
just my thing. For years. But I'm not saying what's happening over there is bad. It's not that it's not good. It's not that there ain't black people, but it's just my choice for how I want to celebrate and how I want to spend my time on the day.
Of the day, right?
Yeah,
because you have activities that's throughout the day, right? That you get to choose and I get that because I don't go to 9th Street. I can't tell you the last time but I have no problem with 9th Street. So let me say this. But when I sit up there and say there's two different things that's going on, when the division and the way that they try to use it is that we have the thugs over here and the people who are educated over here, and I'm just using this kind of and I don't like that narrative.
I don't like that narrative.
So this is the reason why I'm fighting against. No, we have events that happen on MLK that's about blackness, and other people may do the organizing about it, but we all come together to unite for MLK Day. Now, to your scenario on the Deuces, when you hear they talk about the Catalyst is the main event, like let's say over there now, right? Like it's people talk about
people that go to the Catalyst,
but when you hear about the Deuces, they just say like it's the Deuces, and there you go. And then blackness is everywhere throughout there.
Have a picture of what when I say two different events, that's what I mean. I'm not saying that it's not holistically good for the city and it's great for what we're trying to accomplish, because the economic development and the drivers and all of that stuff, I support all of that. Right. One of the things that we was advocating for was to have a map. So that once you come to the city, like if you go out of town,
and amnesty for the vendors,
we're gonna get to that space too. But the other thing was like, how cool would it be to have a trolley that's running and taking you to all of these different things, so you can really see fully the full experience on MLK Day.
And I agree with that.
You know what I mean? So if people who do both, instead of trying to fight traffic and drive through, what if we have these? We use our transportation options that we have. Our multimodal.
We wrote up a plan.
Wide sidewalk, so that when people walk, you ain't got to be on the sidewalk. You ain't got to walk in the street. Let's widen the sidewalk. Like let's make it conducive to the.
We wrote up a plan, and it's up to the city administration to go through with it. Yeah, right. It happened during the last administration. It happened the last administration. You know, I was working with the economic development team. Right. Not just Alan DeLisle, but their whole team was coming out. I think Rob Gertis, they was Nikki K. Park Gasket, and we did that. We attempted to put a plan together, but it's always going to be up to the administration and the other people who are in control to execute those plans, to fund the plan. Right, the things I'm just saying what we're talking about right now.
Yeah, but I get what we done. We done went off from what I was saying.
No,
we're kind of doing it.
We grown.
No, and I'm taking it to point. I got it. I understand. I'm taking it to the point where I've advocated for that. Like there's been an advocacy push for what you're saying, and then it's still been pushed back as well. Yeah. And that's just all I'm saying is let's recognize it, because if we don't, we're going to be in la line pretending everybody love everybody, and it ain't really like that.
Thank you for that. We got a caller.
This is Miss D again. You know, my favorite word is frustration, and it frustrates me just a little bit that we use MLK Day as here, come see St. Pete. Like St. Pete doesn't exist other than MLK Day. St. Pete exists all the time, and the problems that St. Pete has are real every day. The citizens of St. Pete are real every day. So we have to ask the community to stop allowing St. Pete to just be a circus sideshow on MLK Day, because people live there all the time, and the people.
Right.
No,
I hear that. Thank you again.
Thank you, Coach. Yeah.
Coach,
and the only reason why I'm going to disagree with this is because historically, when you look at it, people have events. You cannot have an event, a big event like MLK every day of the week.
No,
they do not.
Yes, Fat Tuesday starts it, and Mardi Gras goes for almost 6 months. There's Mardi Gras marches and things.
Mardi Gras is a weekend.
No, it's not.
Go look it up. Please look it up. Please look it up. Fat Tuesday ends it. Okay. So go look it up.
And you wrong.
No,
because I was there, and they have
events throughout.
I was there with they call it aldermen. I was with the aldermen. The city councils are called aldermen. I was with their alderman, and he illustrated to me how it's not just those couple of days.
They were intentional about saying
how it was lengthened out. And it's days of saints. It's days of saints. Every parade or something is about a saint.
And it's a saint almost every day.
Thank you.
Yeah.
See, those who know.
And that's what Halloween.
Look it up.
So from the outside looking in, we think it's just
because
Mardi Gras.
So the way I understand Mardi Gras and Fat Tuesday is actually the day before the holy day, the holiday, which is Ash Wednesday.
Yep.
And so you celebrate Fat Tuesday, like getting everything out your system because the next day you're gonna be fasting.
Yep, and praying.
Right. And so that's the holiday that you bring it in with Fat Tuesday. Most people don't wake up on Wednesday saying, okay, I'm finna go to church and you wake up feeling like, oh boy, I had a time last night. Same thing with Halloween. Like Halloween is the day before All Saints Day. Like, but most people celebrate the day before the Eve.
But my whole point is that when you look at this, there's so many other events that happen in St. Pete other than MLK.
Okay.
Right. And so no, I don't think that this is making a joke of St. Pete. I think that's kind of disrespectful to even say that.
No, it ain't.
To me, wait, this is my opinion.
And that's what
this is my opinion. And when I say that is when you look at the original organizer that came in, it was about bringing us together and celebrating something great. And to say that it's a joke, because Black people come here and want to celebrate one of the biggest.
I missed the part where it was saying it was a joke.
She said making a mockery.
Maybe I wasn't paying attention.
That's when I'm like, we got St. Pete people are more than just one day, and we are. I agree with that right there.
Shout out to the Black Money Movement. But
that's
there's
the whole, so much go on in St. Pete for us to just say this is the only, and it's a joke to have it.
But I think the other part of this too is really knowing that you do have what they call signature events.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And so if you have something going on, consistently and regularly, that's great to support. But then you also have your signature events. And so MLK is like a signature event.
Right.
Like that's the day that you prepare for, the day you okay, this is going to be a big one.
Yeah.
But we do, you think about Saturday shops. You got Saturday shops as every Saturday. We actually going to shout out to, let me just make this plug right now.
Ahead.
Actually this Saturday, we're going to be having Saturday shops at Trolley Market Square in the Fusion 49th District. Yeah. So it's we do the second Saturday of every month on 49th Street as a part of the organizing. We've been doing around Fusion 49th to do exactly what we're talking about right now is bringing people to the area, bringing the foot traffic, creating space for small businesses and entrepreneurs, showing them how to, grow and scale your businesses. So you start with a tent and then you can get a truck. And then from your truck, you get your brick and mortar. But it starts with people coming out and supporting it. And so that's what we're doing this Saturday. And it happens every second Saturday on 49th Street.
Yeah.
Call him.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. You're on the air.
Yes, thank you. You guys are doing a great job. I can't believe I'm taking the kids to school and always listening in. So about MLK Day, this is my thought. Can anybody tell me where the old route? There used to be an old route back in the 80s and 90s for MLK Parade. And what is that route and how can it be beneficial to us, the community, now if we changed it back to that route? You spoke of Catalyst, you spoke of Urban Drinkery. I like Urban Drinkery. Yeah. Shout out to Dave Ranger, who constantly puts me in the feed for the Caribbean thing that he does over there. But how can we benefit, and where are the other Black businesses in town, Southside, that could potentially also benefit besides the Catalyst and the Urban Drinkery? You got Eileen's, you got the museums, you have the MLK breakfasts, you got all of these different platforms that people do benefit, including our children who get those scholarships for MLK Day. So again, how did that impact? There was a time I remember back in the early 90s where those parade routes were not downtown.
That's right.
Those parade routes were on the south side of town. And you got to ask yourself, why do they gather on 9th Street? Because that's where the parade route used to be. Now tell me, why was it moved from 9th Street, where black businesses and businesses on the south side of town could have benefited from it? When you take it down to Central Avenue, guess who gets all of that?
Yep.
Nobody.
Grand Central, downtown. So again, why did they move that route? And tell me where that route began and where did it end, and how can you bring it back so the South Side can be celebrated? And maybe we can pump that almighty dollar back into the South Side and benefit at least 2 days.
That's
right.
You know,
when we're having all of these events.
Thank you so much for that call.
So actually,
drive safely too.
So what did it actually? So the original route, and it was down 9th Street originally. It did start down there. I think it did move, and I'll get more information. The parade did grow.
Yeah.
Right. And so then they moved it, and it has moved a couple of times. I am an advocate for it going back down 9th Street. I know a lot of people are not.
Yeah, me, I'm one.
Yeah, Jabbar is an advocate for it not going back down 9th Street, right?
So there's mixed reviews on.
There is, and I get a lot of phone calls and a lot of people that really do want it to go back down 9th Street. Logistically, when you look at it, because that is also more residential.
Okay.
Then First Avenue right there, it does impact a lot of homes.
Okay.
More than just businesses itself. When you
blocking off that route,
going down there
because impacting more people.
It will. Going in and out.
Just logistically on transportation, that's one of the considerations.
And I think the reason two reasons it moved, right? It was pushback for black people getting together, right? It was pushback, and the festival, all the biggest parades of the city went down Central. The KKK used to parade down Central.
Yeah.
The Festival of States goes down Central. Well, went down Central. And if I'm not mistaken, Seville and 18 wanted to put the parade on the stage,
on the level
of the Festival of States and the rest of the.
So let me just understand it right. And this, you're right. You reminded me. They were saying like the black leadership at the time was saying all of these major festivals and parades are done in this area, and we want to level up basically, and we want our parade to be respected like the other parades are respected. This is not just a South Side or black thing.
That's where
we want our parade to be where y'all have y'all parade. So it's one of those type of mindsets that ended up having them to advocate for it to be moved.
And it actually benefited because it's like science. You have a atom or a species that splits. So this celebration split to 9 different things.
Okay.
Right? All kinds of different grants, scholarships, breakfasts, dinners, and so
that's what I'm glad
we
you reminded me.
Caller, introduce yourself.
Them dinners too.
First of all, so people can give their perspective on this, and I missed that. But this King Jab, and I'm gonna give it to you like this here, man. The culture of St. Petersburg was the Martin Luther King Parade. The reason why other people from our culture knew of St. Petersburg is because we had the largest Martin Luther King Parade in the United States. That was us in St. Pete. I remember as a kid, sitting right there at Sailor Stuff, which we boycotting, watching Dr. Paul Bearer come down and open up the parade.
I remember that. Yes, sir.
And this is the culture. This is where people know us from. We went from the largest Martin Luther King parade to the largest Pride parade. It's flipped on us. And I think that may have been part of the problem, part of us wanting to go where they want to go and not appeasing to our culture. But the most important thing is we got to get back to being the largest Martin Luther King Jr. parade in the United States.
Right on.
So that's what we all got to be working towards, because I don't like the fact that we ain't going down Central. I wanted people to say, well, why y'all don't want us to come down Central? But as I listen to y'all talk, I'm like, I don't care about going down Central. Bring it down somewhere. We can bring it down to Deuces. Go down 9th Avenue, man. Go to 9th Street. Come back up, man. We can do whatever the hell we want. It's our parade, bro. Just make it for us, man.
That's right. Appreciate
that. That's for real, man.
I love that.
That's what the caller before was saying. Like
the deuces go in there.
But this is so
16th Street, like those infusions and that exposure. Because you're right. I see districts that can use that support, that can use that foot traffic, that can use that kind of congregation.
I feel they'll shut it down like they did in 17, because I think the reality is these neighborhoods are changing.
Yeah,
and the people that's for it today ain't gonna be for it tomorrow.
That don't matter.
And yes, it matters a lot, because it determines the level of support. The different elected officials don't support MLK because we're cute. Yeah. This is a political issue that helps people get elected.
Yeah.
Where you stand on it. This isn't, they're not celebrating it because it's lovable. It's because the people chose it.
Well, I will tell you this is that so the other flip side of this pancake, when you look at it, is that I struggle with us saying St. Pete is our St. Pete, right? And then we feel like we got to put ourselves in this block, like in this box, that we only can go in certain areas to represent us.
That was right. That was the mindset that said we want to be on Central,
right? And so now we're back. Now we're on First Avenue, and people like bring it back to the black, and then we complain when Central or somewhere else don't we gotta bulldoze those stereotypes down sometimes and make people. And I get it, like sometimes, and that's why I struggle with it, because I don't want to be nowhere that I'm not wanted, but I also want to be somewhere I pay taxes just like everybody else here. So all of St. Pete is me.
I hear that, and the other thing that's coming up for me, like I when Jab said the deuces, it's like, okay, yeah, that absolutely is a perspective. But the caller before, she mentioned like all of the other activities that happen. Like she talked about the dinners and the scholarships and the day of service. That's the other part of what I was saying. And maybe this is just something that we as community got to do, is take the initiative to like put all of this stuff in one place so that you can pick and you can map out your day. And we know that we can't go to the museum because they ain't free no more.
Their museums is not free, but that don't mean that
everybody don't want to go to one place.
But that's what
everybody don't want to be together.
Hold on. What I'm saying is, if it's 10 events, where's the directory to say here's MLK?
I hear that though.
Here's the MLK weekend in St. Pete, and you give me a brochure. Welcome to St. Pete. Here's when you go out of town, you go to Orlando, they got things on the table in the hotel to tell you all of the attractions. You can go here, you can go here, you can pick that. Like, why don't we have something like that? And this is a free idea. Take it if you want it.
That ain't a free idea, because that was a part of the planning that we made.
What I'm saying is, I ain't charging nobody to go do it. I ain't mad if you go.
Somebody has to pay for that, right? And in the plan, we had wider sidewalks. Yep. Right, but that's why I'm talking about this, because what he just said is on the plan.
It's part of
it's on the plan.
Yeah, but wait, before you say the part that you're talking about, like the brochures and stuff like that,
that's cheaper than widening the sidewalk.
No, and that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm going to say. But
it was a comprehensive
something
plan
that we can do right now. I can show you a whole diet, show you stuff right now that we have all that set up.
Okay.
Right. I can show you right now that personally, I have reached out and talked to other people so that you can have a map for it. Now, the sad part is you may not ever see it.
Okay. Well, we're going to continue to look forward to that. Thank y'all. It was a very robust conversation. We were talking about the MLK Day in St. Pete.
And I got one thing for you. Okay. Ask them to look into the plan that was written by the Economic Development Department, and that is a blueprint y'all can use that's already been put together. They paid for it already.
Work has been done.
I volunteered. Them people get paid $130,000, so they paid for it already, but nobody's decided to even look at it or use it.
Can we Elmo? All right, thank you very much. All right.
Well, this is a good topic.
And we need 20 more minutes on it. But
no, we really do, because we're going to be talking about it for.
We'll be back. That's why.
Don't worry. 40 days out from MLK.
We're like 40. We're 40.
And I would love to be able to see that brochure, so I can say, okay, in the morning I'm
going
to do this with the boys, and then I can take the boys back, and then in the afternoon I'm gonna go over here, and then in the like just be able to have. To map out my weekend.
See that I would talk with that board about approving us printing those brochures. Send it to me.
Right. It's not even, but we'll talk about that later. It ain't even about the printing. Okay, let's move it. Go ahead, Mr. Edmond.
Oh man, in politics. First I was I was on the Ray Tampa podcast. Big shouts out to Ray Tampa, his co-host, Mr. J, everybody who had me on. And we were talking about the new Rays plan with Kathy Woods and the ARK investment and Horace investment.
Okay.
It was one of the conversations that it's a little overdue.
Would we call it the historic gas plant conversation? Is that what y'all?
It was most so.
I'm trying to write a headline.
Yeah, it was, but it was most so. Yeah, it was.
Okay.
We was talking about the history of the gas plant.
Okay.
And the Rays backing out in March, and nothing really being done until October when someone gave an unsolicited bid for it.
Okay, so the time from them backing out to
the time to the unsolicited bid, and that's more part of the problem.
Okay,
because this was so important. Once the Rays backed out, we should have put the RFP right back out because you said you're not changing nothing.
Okay.
So one of the comments I think James Corbett was saying is that nothing's changed, so we don't have to put the RFP back out. But the reality is the RFP is like a bat signal for developers.
Saying, come on,
that look for RFPs.
Yeah.
Right. They have a bot that searches the Americas for RFPs.
Right.
And that's like they look and see if they can do that.
Yeah.
And since that ain't being done, we only have whoever we have, a couple local guys. And I'm not knocking that.
No, I hear that.
But all I'm saying is that somebody fell asleep at the wheel.
So you saying that they should have solicited bids?
Yes.
And so as opposed to just saying
March because the safety valve was put in by our conservative friends at the county commission.
Yeah.
The city had no safety valves. There was nothing protecting the city from the Rays.
Yeah.
And some of the people wanted that. They said it. I don't want a way out.
Yeah, that was
they
crazy.
literally said if we got to back out of this, I don't want to back out of this. That's good. And know what? That's a problem because that didn't protect our self-interest. And you could want that, but the lawyer should have told you that's not good. See, it should have been some safety valves. The consultant, hey man, you got to have something. Make them pay a bond. And then when you pay that bond, that means, okay, if you back out, I have a little insurance that you won't leave. But guess what? They left and we still had to redo that stadium.
Yeah.
Because guess what? They had the proper precautions in their contracts.
Right.
See what I'm saying? And that shows you how grossly out negotiated we was.
Yeah.
Right. And that hurt the community because guess what? We paid for that. We paid for them hours because they did a draw up of all the hours that was done. Right. That was the same people who got the bonuses. But comes to turn out, they weren't as good as they said they was. Right. The deal wasn't
the work that they did wasn't as phenomenal as they were saying it was.
2020 is what
hindsight is.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Yeah.
And we got in the big shots out to the Ray Tampa podcast because I think that those are important conversations and important questions that need to be asked, and nobody's asking them. Right. And we have a black mayor. I know it. But the reality is black, white, or purple. There's some requirements that we got to just ask for. We got to demand.
Yeah.
And the reason we have to demand these things, because if we don't, we will not be in this city. There's no safeguards for us leaving 10, 20% at a time, like it's already happening. Right. And then guess what? It'll be a 30%, 10%, 1% black community, and they'll be doing tours. Talking about the great black people that was here.
That used to be
here. Yeah. The great black thriving community
they're already doing it.
Yeah, they are.
I know.
Yeah.
I do know.
Yeah.
I know.
So Carrie, she said great commentary on the Ray Tampa podcast yesterday. Jabbar Edmond, you are 100% correct. So much wasted time and energy now doing the same thing again. Yeah, repeating those.
And my number one thing was like, hey, the same people doing it again. So wait, hold on, right? We just had an issue. And the biggest deal in America, we just lost the biggest deal in America.
Okay.
And the same people that constructed the lost deal is still doing it.
Yeah.
And then they didn't come to the community and say, hey, this is where we messed up. Here's a timeline of what went right and what went wrong. Let me explain it to you. Ain't nobody doing that.
Right.
Jabbar got to do it. Jabbar got to talk to the people and say, hey, this what went wrong. Ray Tampa got to open his podcast and be Ray Tampa.
To say this is where the outpoints are. This is what went wrong.
And say, hey, y'all.
Yeah.
We have an issue. Please call your people. Talk to your elected official. Let them know we want to be safeguarded. If you're gonna go with ARK Investment and Horace and them, we need to be safeguarded.
Yeah, don't just erase the name Hines Rays and put ARK Investment on them.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and then reproduce something that we didn't want anyway. Something that was very bad for the community, and proof is in the pudding. We were saying it was bad, and they said you're lying. You don't know what you're talking about. People took personal insults. And then when the raised back died, everybody mute. Nobody got nothing to say. Ain't nobody apologize for talking bad about people. Ain't nobody say, oh, they had a point. Nobody's gonna say that. We're just gonna move on and pretend that it didn't happen. That is trauma, y'all.
That's right. And you don't get to heal like that.
You don't get to heal. That's true. Ain't no healing in that. We gotta heal. And okay.
No, that's right. Great.
Next story.
And you listening to the Politics with Mr. Edmond, and we talking about the historic gas plant proposals that came in. You can actually catch that full podcast on Ray Tampa Podcast. You can search him out on YouTube. He does YouTube for the podcast.
Yes, big shouts out to Ray and the whole cast and crew, because like I say, these conversations are important. No matter what side you're on, you have to have these debates. This is what democracy is about. Batman need the Joker. It's nothing if there is no antagonist and protagonist, and then guess what? You meet in the middle, because sometimes the Joker wasn't the villain, and sometimes Batman wasn't the hero.
I think that was the story of Wicked. Right. So what else you got?
Slave movies.
Okay,
I have a real problem with slave movies.
Okay, tell me about.
And I don't know if this is politics or politics slash.
This just is hot takes from Mr. Edmond, right?
So
what's your hot take on slave movies?
My last slave movie was something like Roots.
Okay.
Right. And I got others in my peripheral, but I never really watched them.
Okay.
And because I remember what Roots was. Roots had us fighting mad in school. Like we watched Roots one time in school, and literally it was almost a little riot there.
Okay.
And then I was like, why are they showing us this? Like, even then I just didn't have, the tools to put it all together.
Okay.
Right. They are attempting to traumatize more generations through these projects.
So if that's the case, then what did you say about Black History Month?
Black History Month and a story made up, right? Because the vast majority of Africans didn't come through the international slave trade. They were already here. They were natives to this land, right? Okay. And so that already is a lie that you got in your story. You're already starting to lie. So 9-1, why would you lie to me? Because you don't want me to call this my home.
Okay.
You don't want Jabbar to say he's from here. You want him to say he's from Africa. So there's no.
So now you're all in the same.
So now I don't represent myself the same. Okay. Now I don't stand up the same, because this ain't my home.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
But when you know that you're indigenous,
see, that's the psychological
you were here already.
Part. Think about this.
Okay.
Why would they curated our education system?
Yeah.
Our education system, there's nothing that's in our education system that happened by chance. Yeah. Everything was curated for a purpose.
Yeah.
So what was the purpose of them telling us about slavery? What was that purpose? Was it to empower us? Was it for we can have honor, right? And love who we are? Or was it to further traumatize us, to put us in our place, to tell the white kid and the black kid, look, he's a slave.
Mm-hmm.
Look, you were over him. And then now y'all go talk about it at the playground. Mm-hmm. It's psychological. They didn't do none of this by accident. We didn't get this. And if it was true, I guarantee you it would be hidden. See, it would have been one of those things. They wouldn't have made a movie about it in the 60s, right?
Okay.
In the 60s, Alex Haley made Roots. What made CBS? CBS is the central broadcasting.
So let me ask you this then. When you think about, and I wasn't alive for it, but I just remember hearing people talk about how once they saw that, the awareness and the connection that they had, it increased. And
yeah, I heard that.
And so you had, at that time you had people like the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad telling people, what our history was and where we came from. And so you already had like this black consciousness, this black awareness. And so when you insert roots into that, then it started making people like really want to learn more about Africa and learn more about the continent and learn more about themselves. So, when he says, okay, this wasn't your name. Now people saying, you know what? Yeah, let me look into that. Let me double click on that. And so some of those, like all of those impacts wasn't negative.
But do you think that the system, CBS,
okay,
what program since that CBS has put to enlighten us? Name one show.
Yeah,
so if that was, so let's say that was a break in their broadcast.
I'm gonna just take that as rhetorical.
No, it's not. It's not rhetoric.
Yeah.
Because if they were
because
really,
I think the Cosby Show was on CBS.
That's what I'm saying.
So I don't know. I mean, so we really trying to
like
where you going with that? Where you going with that?
Can I say something? Because I was quiet for a long time, and I because I wanted to.
But the Cosby Show was on NBC.
She was quiet,
but
for
I just wanted to say that.
Just
straighten the road. Go ahead.
I would say two things can be right at the same time, right?
Okay.
I think you can't have one without the other. To act like it didn't happen and to erase it leaves a generation of people who are not knowledgeable and can slip back into that again.
Yeah.
Right? I do think that when you saw Roots, it did enrage people and make them and be like, I'm gonna fight for my rights, right? Yeah. I'm not gonna go back there. And then when you say that, I do believe that some of us was here when they got there, but some of us came from Africa. I would say that I don't subscribe to all. And like first to make a bold statement to say we all came from here when we know that there's Black people everywhere around the world.
We was everywhere first.
Right.
So that's stable datum. Like, like when you understand just genetics and how human history works, you know that Black people was everywhere first.
But if you peep behind, so I'm a producer, so I look at it a little different.
Okay.
I look at, why did they produce this? Okay. Right? Why did someone fund it? Why would someone broadcast it? So to straighten it out, Roots premiered in 1977 on ABC, the American Broadcast Network. Right, this is the American channel, and you.
It's hard for me to not think about my brother.
But
you going.
But all I'm saying is, do you feel in 1977 they were trying to empower us?
Somebody might have been.
Okay, maybe.
I don't know.
Okay, no. Somebody may have been. And then so the thing is this is an assumption because like you do. So you're a producer, right? Mm-hmm. And we just said you hate Halloween.
No, you don't do
it, right?
I don't got hate for nothing.
Okay, really. Let's say you don't do Halloween.
No, I don't.
Right. Oh, you have your reasons.
I got a good example too.
Like you go in, you pretend like you somewhere else, but then you're a producer that produce movies that you dress up into characters, right? And so that's a contradiction in itself. And so when you sit up there and make you got to talk to the person who made it. Let me say to get where they were coming from.
Let me say this. So here's an example of how these movies are made with ulterior motives. But just because they have an ulterior motive, don't mean that that's going to be the outcome. For example, the movie Malcolm X or X by Spike Lee, right? That movie was made in the early 90s. And again, this is, we talk about narratives and all of these things, but if you look at what was happening in the 90s, like hip hop was like at its peak. And we talking about fight the power. We talking about, you got people wearing African medallions and you got this Black consciousness movement that's happening. We just got to wait for Qiana to come back. Carla, Qiana stepped away. She'll be right back. And so you had like this Black consciousness movement that was happening in the country. Minister Farrakhan was like burning up and blazing the trails. And he was the preeminent Black leader in a lot of spaces at that time. Yeah, nobody else could really stand and light a match to the momentum he was having. So what they do, they go get Malcolm X, and then the narrative that the outcome that they wanted was for you to think that Minister Farrakhan had something to do with killing Malcolm X. Yeah, that was the story, and then
they implanted that story in everybody's mind.
They put that story. That was the outcome of that movie. Like, if you think about one takeaway that you got from the movie Malcolm X, it was that the Nation of Islam killed Malcolm X.
Right.
That was the intent behind that. But when I saw Malcolm X, I didn't get that. What came up for me when I saw Malcolm X, the movie, was like, who is Elijah Muhammad? Because that's who he keeps saying the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said. And I'm like, I hear Malcolm talking, but every time he talk, he mentioning this other dude. I wanted to know who the other dude was. And when I found out who he was and I got the book, that's what set me on my path. So just because they have that as an intent, don't mean that it's going to have that effect on everybody who watches. So Roots may have, and 9 times out of 10 have had a nefarious motive, but that don't mean that everybody who watch it is going to respond to it the same way.
But I'm going to tell you, in these psychological games that are played against us, they know that some of this stuff will inspire some people, but they know the vast majority of it is there to crush them and put them in their place. It's sent messages. They're suggesting something to you and you imagine the rest of it. King Reno got this down pat. I just don't know it like that. But the reality is, in our subconscious, we easily make things up on our own. So in the world of propaganda, what they do is just suggest something to you.
Yeah.
And then your imagination fills the rest of the story out. And see, they use that tactic through these movies.
So I will tell you this. Let's go back. All right. So hopping in really quick is that at home, you need to feed your children like the positivity and help them mold their minds so that when they look at the world, they don't just see what they're trying to sell us. Right. So when you leave the world to dictate what your children and what you are going to do in your life,
like ABC,
or however the case may be, because it depends on that. When you look at ABC, when you sat down there, if you would have had a conversation with your child and say, hey, this is, and spend it and say like, this was horrible, but this is why we got black businesses now, because they fought against it. He got his leg cut off so that the rest of the people can walk freely. You know what I mean?
That's a great way.
But when you look at it,
I have always worked in trauma and worked in stories about trauma.
But
so a way to kind of fight about it. That's historic.
But when life give you lemons, they tell you all the time you make lemonade. Like,
but that don't mean you say stop giving me lemons. That don't mean say, hey
some
man,
people like lemonade.
But that's what I'm saying. When life give you lemons, you can say life, I don't like lemons.
Okay.
And then you can take the lemons and still make your lemonade. But that don't mean you have to be all right with it. You can literally say, man, I'm tired of life giving me lemons.
Right.
I want to get some peaches.
All right. And then you get some bad peaches. And then you're going to say, like, I'm not eating peaches.
I want apples now. Then you get some bad apples.
So listen, so we're talking about the impact of slave movies and just how they how we get suggestions that come through these movies and films that we got to be mindful of. One of the things that's been coming up recently, speaking of movies and documentaries and controlling narratives, is the 50 Cent and the Diddy documentary series, right? And so that's another, or should I say, is that another example of how black people are being used? Because that's what the debate is. Some parts of the debate is saying, well, it's accountability, you know, showing that, you know, this person, even though he was powerful, he has to be accountable for what he did. Other people on the other side of that are saying it's not accountability. This is another example of a black man being used to tear down another black man. What are your thoughts on this?
It's two things can be right at the same time.
Yeah.
Right. This is good journalism. These are the facts, right? But then there's also a tent to it, right? Because like the rollout and the promotion of this, right, is really to just spitefully damage Puffy.
Yeah.
Right. And you know,
clearly the intent is not to help him.
And I'm not a Puffy fan. I'm not a Puffy fan.
Yeah.
I'm not a 50 Cent fan. I haven't seen the documentary.
Yeah.
I don't plan on watching the documentary. But what I will say, I know that this is a good story, and media wise, somebody should have produced it, but it didn't have to have all the baggage that's been put on it.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? It didn't have to have that extra me against him. But that's what sells. But that's what society wants us to do.
Hey, caller, introduce yourself.
Hey man, you already know what to do with the business here, Q.
I just think we got 6 minutes.
Yeah, I think we should just look at the person, you know what I'm saying, that made it too, you know what I'm saying, what their objective was, you know what I mean? Like I just say be careful watching a documentary made by a man who baby mama was messing with the man that's in the subject. Because now it can be tainted from that perspective, and that's what it looked like. You know what I'm saying? Like 50 Cent had beef with this man for years because this man was dealing with his baby mama. And then the man get in trouble, and then now I make a documentary about you.
Yeah,
man, I'm good. Holla back, y'all.
Right on. Thank you.
I would say, and then I started watching the documentary. I didn't finish.
Up or down?
I have to finish. I gotta finish watching it.
Is it something that make you want to finish watching?
I was watching it. I mean, I was in, but what it sounds like when you look at the documentary is a lot of people who like this is what like. It's people part of their past that didn't succeed or get what they wanted to get out of.
So these are people who could be witnesses for the prosecution.
These disgruntled.
No, I'm asking like if there was a trial and they say, okay, we're going to call witnesses. Are these people who call? Are they calling to the stand to defend him, or are they calling to help bury him.
Right. And then on top, and then when you look at it on some of it and like the narrative there, like they talked about 50 P. Diddy baby mama, right?
Okay.
And like some of the stuff that they happened that didn't have nothing to do with nothing. And she was like, why you put me in it? Like I have my own life. Like
your girl. Yeah, she did.
She was like you added, and then she said like some of this stuff is a lie.
Yeah, she
like they come in there like you say you saw him beat me down and all that, and she was like, wait, no, that like there was some bad stuff, but this ain't what happened.
Oh man.
Right. And she was like, and she said she was like, I have my own brand, and now my children also like, and to look at this.
Okay.
And so
like the what they call it collateral damage for this stuff too. Like there's people who in this case had nothing to do with those gruesome, grotesque incidents, but now they being drugged into it as quote unquote character witnesses. And they don't want to have any part of it.
And then you're saying stuff that don't have any relevance to nothing. That you're like, you just like
damn.
And then like they said, and if you look at it, all of them kind of tell where they at. P. Diddy messed with all they girls, and all of them got a problem.
That's the thing that they have in common.
Like somebody's like, oh yeah, I was dating her, but if P wanted her, she got him. P always was consistent, man. So like when you look at it,
my wife, she been said she wasn't gonna watch it, and now I'm starting to lean towards her. Y'all know my wife. Y'all know my wife be right. I haven't watched it. No, I haven't watched it.
But I'm
I had it in my queue to watch it, but I just been like. That's why I asked you like what you watched. Did it make you want to keep watching?
I'm gonna keep watching it only because I started it.
Because I'll tell you because that's what I did. Like so with the R. Kelly thing. Like I watched that and I was like I don't want to even watch it. So I started that's why I'm saying, dude. Like is it something like okay, y'all want to see more? When I was watching that R. Kelly thing, I saw that and I'm like, man, I ain't.
But see, my thing is,
I didn't watch it.
Keep going on.
I really don't like.
And I didn't know if this documentary was going to be one of them. So I was like. Proceed with caution type stuff.
I don't really like watching those messy things.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? To me, it's like a form of watching gossip.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, come across my timeline. I see it like everybody else, but I don't search that stuff out because I know it be ulterior motives behind it. And it ain't necessarily just pointing at the person who you think.
Yeah.
It's really to mash all our minds. It's not just about Diddy. It's about desensitizing us and then putting us through a processor.
Yeah.
And we don't know what they're processing us for, but they're putting us through the processor and we just like clumps of meat now.
Now unite with that. Yeah, you gotta what they call it, insemination. Is that one of the things?
Well, I would tell you
how they put these seeds and plant these things, and now you having ideas and thoughts that
you ain't never had.
Yeah,
like, where did it come from?
Yeah.
That doggone.
But this is what happened. Internal fighting ruins it all for everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you look at that, like you see how like they were so ready to kind of us as black folks, we are so quick to like throw the baby out with the bathwater. Like everything, like Diddy was wrong for what he did, right? As far as like with the abuse with Cassie and all that other stuff. But then we forget he did do some good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There was some things that he did.
Because then you start talking about revolt. You start talking about those revolt summits and his Vote or Die campaign, and where he was trying to influence culture to get involved politically. The business move that he was making, how he was challenging the liquor brands to let black people and do better business with that. So I mean, it was some stuff. Again, that's to Mr. Edmonds' point. Like you never know. Like is one of his competitors. Or one of his former partners at Ciroc funding and stuff,
right?
Because 50 Cent got liquor brands too, so like it's all kind of stuff that could be in this sauce, and you gotta be selective and have self-awareness and know thyself and to thy own self.
Know thyself. Well, maybe somebody will come out on Diddy's side and do another documentary to counter that. All right, so this has been the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club.
We didn't get to ask Qiana. Sorry if y'all was tuning in for that. We'll start with that next week.
And then that means we'll have two Ask Qiana.
We'll do two Ask Qiana.
And we still ain't talk about Aaron Riley and Peach McIntyre.
We gotta make sure we put a note on
because it's heavy.
Yeah, it's just constantly developing. Now, are we gonna be like the Diddy documentary? Are we helping to feed some foolishness? So yeah, let's talk about all the things. But I want to thank y'all for tuning in. It's been an amazing day, motivational Monday, man. Do something for yourself or suffer the consequences. That's all I got.
Do something.
Be the change you want to be and see. Write down those 5 things. Stay tuned for Sister Hughes.
Make you lose your shoes and shout out around the house. This has been the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
And this is Qiana.
I'm the one and only Mr. Edmund.
We out.
No.